this trailing end of Friday, July 17th, 2026. This is the developer blog reading for VRChat for July 16th, 2026. Stras, welcome to the developer update for July 16th, 2026. Today's featured world is, I don't know if this is Chinese, Korean, or Japanese. It is not something that I can read. Announcements. Celebrate Tanabata. Tanabata. I apologize if I'm not saying that correctly. Tanabata, if you're not familiar, it is a Japanese festival celebrating the meeting of the deities Orihime and Ikibushi. Generally, as the main story goes, they fell in love, but then stopped attending to their duties. Orahime's father then forbade them from seeing one another, sending them opposite ends of the Milky Way. After Orihime broke down, her father decided to let the couple meet once every year across the vast cosmic distance. That's Tanabata. We celebrated it this year with a shop update. We also celebrated it in another way, which we will be talking about a little later on. We are putting our stream on hold. Our regular stream has been put on hold indefinitely. We're looking at different ways to have community impact and keep you guys up to date, and that includes our stream format and cadence. We think it is getting a little stale, so we are thinking of different things that we can do to change it up. Tanabata fireworks in Japan. On Saturday, July 11th, our Japanese community team hosted its first ever official in-game VRChat event, a Tanabata fireworks celebration co-hosted with the event group Spice of VR Inks. Visitors gathered in the official Tanabata home world to write wishes on Tanzaku, snap photos with friends, and count down together to a fireworks show that lit up the sky at 11:11 p.m. JST. The turnout was incredible. We saw record-setting numbers in Japan that night, and the energy when the fireworks went off was something special. A huge thank you to Spice of VR Inks and to everyone who came out to make a wish with us. This was our first event hosted by the Japanese team. Pardon me. And with a response like this, it definitely will not be the last. Image copy paste to stickers and emoji and icons and prints. You get the idea, okay? Soon, you will be able to directly paste image data. I don't know what my throat just did. JPEG, PNG, or clipboard directly into VRChat to create prints, icons, stickers, and emotes with just one click. Okay, desktop audio is off. There's a video on here. Oh, that's interesting. It just showed the VRChat desktop view, and I'm assuming that they just went Control V on their keyboard, and it prompted on creating an emote, sticker, print. I like that for accessibility. That's very nice. Stickers, icons, and emojis are all padded out to a square with transparency by default, making it easier to crop them if you want, or leave them fully in view. Prints are left alone. Portrait images are automatically rotated to fit when creating a print. easier to finagle in VR view. Virtual reality. A new paste icon will show up in the quick menu launch pad if you got some data ready to go. It does the same thing as Control V. Themed action menu and quality of life improvements. I didn't realize that you couldn't actually change the color of that. I never thought about it. Addressing one of our longest standing community requests. The action menu will soon use your configured user interface theme colors. Besides that, we also gave it a little spring cleaning too. Okay, it is maybe not quite spring anymore. The tools menu now has a long press action for secondary function, such as directly entering a relevant settings menu. This is optional, as all menus remain reachable via a single press path as well. Some unnecessary options, such as the mic toggle and close menu, have been removed from the options tab. This makes space for to move the face mirror menu out of the personal mirror menu. Why was it in there to begin with? A mystery lost to time. Speaking of the mirror menus, they have been slightly reorganized. Don't worry, we tried to not break muscle memory too much. You can also change all the options while the respective mirrors are closed now. That's nice. No more dying when you take out your mirror for remote players enabled in the club. Lastly, there are now personal mirror presets you can set up. If you have different use cases for your mirror, for example, a show everything for smaller instances, and a show only myself for bigger parties, you can now save those and apply them with a single click. Oh, and if you're wondering where the calibration mirror option has gone, it is still there. In the main menu setting, we have turned it on by default for new full body tracking uses as well, seeing that most people find it useful to have. Personally, I don't use it. I find it a little bit jarring. Conclusion, that's it for this developer update. We will see you next time on July 30th. That was a lot shorter than I thought. 8 minutes. 6 or 7 minutes. Comment from Dr. Blackrat. I'd very much appreciate if the grabbable toggle of the personal mirror could be made more accessible. I'd probably use that even more than the actual turn on-off function. I like that idea. I've had a lot of times that I'll be using my personal mirror, and then I go to grab something in the world, and it just grabs my mirror, which I've gotten used to at this point, but it would be nice to be able to turn it on and off a lot more easily. Unnecessary options. Literally how I unmute for years since I used different binds for the play space mover. I don't want my action menu to open when I space drag, unlike most people. I jump with one left joystick and gesture toggle on the right one. Unnecessary is crazy. You can also unmute in the quick menu, which is how I've been doing it with finger tracking. Menu that removes your 20 FPS. No thanks. I forgot that the launchpad really tanks frames like that sometimes. Not enough bindings for mic toggles. Quick menu needs to follow the head when hand dragging. Too many times I'm laying down and I can't click anything because it insists on being shown to me like I'm standing. I didn't think about that. I know I use a Quest Pro. I don't use hand tracking almost ever with this headset. And the times that I've seen the quick menu opened with hand tracking or whereas using gloves, it just spawns it in front of you, rather than it being something that's like on your hand that you can move around, which with knuckles or regular controllers, it's fine. But I can see how it'd be an annoyance. Begging you, please keep the mute unmute button in this menu. Where is the mute? Oh, is that in the quick menu? Oh, it is. I didn't know. Huh. Interesting. Seems weird why it would be removed instead of just having it as like an extra menu. That's the end of all the posts on there. I might post something next weekend. I don't know. I do want to do more spoken content, or just even if it is the style of where I was just speaking, but just whispering or talking in a softer tone could be interesting too. But that's the end of this one for me.